Hi, my name is Kluss. I work for Beauty Brands Store 117 Copperfield as a master stylist. I've been there for about 2 years, been doing hair for about 7 years. I've been really intrigued with the education side of this industry, helping people really expand their knowledge. Today I'm going to show you a really cool classic balayage technique. I'm going to be using Redken's Powerlift Cream with 30 volume, 1:2 ratio for a creamier, thicker consistency of the lightener. It really ensures better coverage, and it's just a lot easier for this type of hand painting technique. This technique I'll be showing you, it will give your client a really nice sun-kissed, low maintenance, natural look with a very soft grow out. Alright, let's get started with the fun stuff. So we're gonna be working with like 1-inch partings right now. About that much. I'm gonna go ahead and just part that off for right now. Nice clean parts, as clean as they can be for a mannequin head. Alright, I'm gonna clip this up out of my way. I'm just gonna put this part back just to kind of get it out of my way for right now. Let this guy fall. We're going to be making triangular partings today. I kind of like to alternate them, whether they be upside down triangles or just regular triangles. About 1 inch on either side of the sides of the triangle, just to ensure nice, clean, even partings for this color. In this technique, the saturation of the color will really be stronger on the mid-shaft to the ends. We're really going to paint the mid-shaft and the ends, really cover that up, really saturate them really good. And then work soft up towards the scalp. So let's get started kind of right here back in the crown area. I'm going to do my 1-inch triangular parting. We're going to elevate the hair about 45 degrees with some tension on it. Go ahead and get a little bit of product on here. I'm going to start by just placing it here on the mid shaft, just painting downwards, really kind of saturating this little piece that I'm painting. I'm going to grab the paddle here just to get it ready. Go ahead and stroke the sides really gently right here on the triangle, the sides of the triangle upwards. Taking it back to the mid shaft, really saturating those ends. In each section we're going to separate it with a little piece of cotton. Do another section over here. I'm going to leave the piece right next to it out of it to kind of give it that dimensional light dark look. Go ahead and do this triangle parting, about 1 inch, nice and neat partings. Make sure you have tension on this. It's a lot easier for us if we hold it pretty taut. Again, I'm going to paint the mid shaft first. That's what I like to do. Really gently just paint the sides of the triangle here, really soft. Really saturating the ends, really saturating the mid shaft. You can kind of take the brush and go upwards with it really gently to give it that blending effect, no harsh lines. For this technique, it's really important to have this part here, the mid-shaft and ends, really saturated, and underneath, it's not saturated, which is good. We kind of want that surface lightened, surface of the hair lightened here. Another cotton to separate it. Taking a piece out, getting another triangle here. As I work closer to her face, I'm gonna kind of start bringing it back a little bit. Really focusing on the underside of the triangle now. Especially if she likes to pull her hair back. This is really nice. It gives it a really nice dimensional, flowy look backwards. Keep going on the other side here, the triangle. Really going to saturate the mid-shaft to ends here. That's probably really key for this technique here. Really saturating that guy. Another cotton just to separate. As we get closer to the front of the face. Another triangle parting. Especially since I'm right here towards the face, I'm really going to bring this back. Still elevating it 45 degrees. Still have nice tension on the actual strand here. Really going to paint underneath this part here. Just really softly. I'm not putting a lot of tension. I'm not going right in at it. I'm kind of holding it to the side here. It's a lot easier to control, I think. Other side of the triangle, just gently stroking it back this way, stroking it this way. You kind of have to play to see what you really like. Mid-shaft, really saturating it. Going this way to break any harsh lines up. You don't want anything really harsh, especially around the face. Bringing this paddle back. Recharging my brush a little bit. Really saturating these ends here. Again, it's not saturated underneath, it's just saturated where I need it to be. Mid-shaft to ends, very much so. Very ideal of this technique. This needs to be extremely saturated. Obviously, I can't stress that enough. Going for another one. Okay, we got a more zoomed out view here so we can really see what's going on. You can kind of tell, triangle, 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 triangle. The ends are really saturated. Mid-shaft to ends really saturated. Here's where we did that real gentle strokes here in the middle to connect the top to the bottom. Side of the triangle are really nice and nicely painted. You can clearly see how defined they are. This gives it that nice blending effect, those gentle strokes that we did. So basically I'm going to let her sit here under a dryer for about 15 minutes. Let her cool down for about 35 minutes. Shampoo her with Redken Extreme Shampoo and Conditioner, followed by that Chem Shot that I stated earlier. Blow dry her and give you guys the finished look, and stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to take you guys outside to get a better look at how her hair came out because the lighting was kind of bad inside my house. So this is what it looks like. No toner was used. I just lifted her, like I said, with Blonde Icing Power Lift 30 volume to just get her up a couple shades. I really feel with like the hand painting and freehanding techniques, you really should use 30 volume or 40 volume if it's sitting out in the open, because it does kind of dry out and stuff. I really like the blonde icing for this technique. The thickness of the consistency of the bleach, I feel like it really works. As you notice, there's no harsh lines or bleed marks or anything like that because we didn't saturate the top part of the triangles. Put this in here correctly. Everything looks really nice and soft, really natural. I like the warm color that it came out to. That's why I didn't really want to tone it. I think it fits her base color, her natural color, really well. It really does warm up her natural color really nicely. In this technique, I really like to leave the bottom part her natural color, which was right here. That's kind of like what her hair looked like all over. Clients really like this. I mean, like I said before, it's easy maintenance. They don't really need to come in a lot. It's great for people who have never colored their hair too and want to kind of start coloring their hair, maybe just gradually get into it. You can do less pieces, or maybe just do a couple pieces around the face just to highlight their face a little bit, or highlight the haircut that you give them a little bit. I really like the way this came out. I really like the dimension of it. Shiny. Looks good on her. She likes it. Let me get a little bit better here. However she parts it too, I mean, it's gonna look good either way. If you part it over here, if you feather it back, kind of like how she has it, pull this lighter piece more towards the front of her face. Very dimensional, very soft, no harsh lines, no bleed marks, no tiger stripes. Definitely happy with the outcome. No toner was needed in this case. Sometimes you might need to tone it. Left the underneaths on the sides also dark, as you can see. It's kind of more natural that way. The sun really hits the top strands of the hair, as you can kind of tell now. The sun's hitting the surface area of her hair. The front of her face is a little bit lighter. Pretty happy with the results. I like this technique. Like I said, great for low maintenance clients, great for clients who've never had their hair done, great on virgin hair, great to try to convert your 100 million foil client to something like this, kind of soften their new growth up with this. So yeah, this is the finished look. For her at-home care, I'll be recommending Redken's Color Magnetics shampoo and conditioner to help the integrity of her hair, the color of her hair last. With their IPN system, all of Redken shampoo and conditioners have their interlock protein network in them, which basically rebuilds and surface protecting the hair by creating a protective coating around the hair, providing conditioning elements to the hair, along with strengthening the core of the actual hair strands. This looks very low maintenance. I probably only recommend her coming in maybe every 8 weeks to just freshen up what she's got. Either get a trim or brighten up some pieces around her face again. Maybe just add a gloss to ensure that her balayage still looks really good and it's nice and shiny. Maybe she wants to be lighter. If so, I would probably just take the pieces that I didn't lighten from before and maybe lighten those pieces up if she wants an all-over lighter look. In conclusion, I'd really like to thank Beauty Brands for giving me this opportunity to not only grow as a stylist, but into something bigger and much more than that. Inspiration to my clients. And to be able to inspire my coworkers, my stylists that I work with, other stylists that are out there, just kind of step out of the box, kind of like what I'm doing, to learn something different and elevate their careers to a whole another level, really. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I appreciate your time. Thanks.